It's
You can hear left in the break between the first and second quarters. Tam's leading 5-1.
beautiful evening, senior day. If you missed it, and if we did have technical difficulties, we apologize. But we did have a wonderful ceremony for Reed, Hannah, Fields, Palmer, Byrne, Kent, Satya, Schiller, Wyatt, Donaldson, Andrew Sternfels, and Ethan Gavin, our 7 seniors. And then they all started the game, which was great. And Tam is now off to a 5-1 lead over Novato in the first period. I'm Brian Murphy, my partner Stephen Kent, Colleen Donaldson on camera.
You know, Brian, it might be a good time to talk about last weekend's tournament, what we saw. I know we've been talking all season about Tam's offense.
Yes.
Or lack of at times. And their challenges with getting started with the plays, running the plays, and within the shot clock time frame. So I saw some, especially in the latter, like the Saturday games, I saw some improvement there, especially in the SRV game. Now noted they weren't in the top 8 of the tournament, but they are a good team from the East Bay. And the boys, I think, not only started a lot of offense from their defense, but they also ran the plays much better. We got a number of sort of inside, like that last goal by Byrne. We got a number of those inside passes to the 2-meter. And we're about to start here.
Huge amount of growth I saw, too. So Fields is in for Murphy is the only change. Otherwise, the regular starters. Sternfels, Pash, Campbell, Visnich, Byrne, Kent, Reed, Hannah, Fields, Palmer, and Jasper Feldman.
Looks like Novato won the ball again. Hannah's guarding number 2 out high. We're back in the press. All right, Kent stops the inbound pass, does not go back to Ethan. He's pushing it. They don't have an advantage, but actually Fields made some, he got ahead of number 7, but it looks like either Reed was caught on the push-off or maybe Fields pushed off to get away from his defender. So Novato ball heading back up. Number 13, Novato in the corner, Burns guarding him. Now over to number 7, Palmer's guarding him.
Should tell everybody, Novato came in with a 4-4 MCAL record.
Oh,
wow. Crafty little shot there.
Yeah, a little hook shot from number 2 from Novato. Almost went over Ethan's head.
If I have the roster right, it'd be Ran Cohen, I should say.
All right.
All right, so you got
another push off on Reed Hannah.
A lot of offensive fouls have plagued Tam.
Yes.
In the Greenwich game, which was a barn burner, I believe there was an offensive call. Tam was looking to salt the game away, and an offensive foul in the final 30 seconds.
I think it was on that moving pick.
Costing them the thing. So, yeah, that would be something I'd like to see eliminated going into the playoffs here. Oh, look at that. Nice read by Byrne. Swipe the pass.
So, I don't know if you just noticed that, but Andrew Sternfels did something really smart. He swam fast enough to get in front of number 11 so he could not come over and help his defender, number 7, stop Byrne.
Awesome.
So just a subtle thing, but really high IQ move there by Andrew.
Max Lippiat going in for Reed Hannah, who does have the 2 fouls.
Yep. Max had some good playing time on the weekend down at the tournament. He's an undersized center, sort of like Byrne, but he came in and gave us some really good minutes.
Lacey
actually scored a goal.
Lacey and Zach have definitely halfway through the season skewed towards a youth movement. They're still relying on the nucleus of your seniors, Byrne and Andrew and Reed, et cetera, but have really given 13 Lippiat, 15 Dax Tarba, a freshman, Pash Campbell Visnich, who joined halfway through, number 12, so a real youth movement.
Yep, going along with Jasper starting pretty much the whole season, as well as Ethan.
Fields tried to stop that shot, which I think Lacey likes to see. Don't give him the easy goal. Rather draw the ejection, make him score a 6-on-5, right?
Yeah, I think as the number of games have increased, I think you and I figured out we basically played 14 games in 15 days up through Saturday last weekend.
Oh. Well, that was a little bit of bad
Unlucky
luck.
there.
Yeah, a little bit of bad luck.
Off the bar. Number 2 is smart in there.
Number 13, Jackson Burt had shot. The ball tipped out,
Yep.
and Tam did everything right. But it's like in basketball when an offensive rebound bounces to the wrong guy. And credit to number 2, Rand Cohen, for punching it in. And here, like I said, into the youth mode, here's 15, Dax Tarba.
Yeah. So, along, like we were talking about with the youth movement, you just can't play that many games with a rotation of maybe 7 guys like they were starting the year with. So I think it was a smart move to add 2 or 3 more guys to the rotation.
Yeah, correct. They're definitely a deeper team now than they were at the start.
Yep.
Jasper Feldman tried to get a little fancy with that pass, and I don't know if Max Lipia. Oh, Max chased it down and just quite was able to draw the offensive. So Max would have out-hustled the Novato Hornet to that. And there's Max, who tried to slip it past.
That was a smart play there by Pash. I think Max should have been more ready for that. Although he did a good job. The guy was all over him.
Lacey sees today as an opportunity to get some of these kids younger work. I mean, not to disregard Novato. They're a decent team, but they do have a 6-1 lead and get some good experience, but still keep Andrew and Byrne in there to kind of as the foundation, as it were. And Byrne can make plays like that. Tip it away. So, yeah, Byrne and Andrew right now, the only seniors in.
All right, good defense by Tam there. Forced a shot clock expiration. Byrne's got the ball. See if they have an advantage. It doesn't look like they have an advantage. Just going to play it across.
Well,
Sternfels gets lucky there. He's got Max if he tries quickly, but actually,
Dax Tarba, the freshman, who has some promise. Hey, let it rip, kid. Sometimes, you learn how to – you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so that was not a bad shot at all. Their goalie's pretty good.
He is. 2:42 left in the second. Burns guarding the ball here. Got a lefty on Novato. Good help there by Max Lippiat coming from behind. Looks like Max Tarb got called for the
Dax, yes.
Dax Tarb got called for the exclusion. Good job, Pash, getting the hands up. I'd like to see more guys with hands. There we go, Andrew. Nice to see Ethan barking orders.
Ethan
Good
Wallace
tip.
just playing at a really nice level. Here comes Reed Hanna back in the game for Dax Tarba, who did draw that exclusion, or who did get kicked out, I should say. So now you got 3 seniors in with Sternfels, Kent, and Hanna.
Burns excluded. Yep. I'll tell you, these refs are
I will say this.
calling a tight game tonight.
I am a baseball basketball guy, so I'm not a huge expert, but I'll tell you this. I noticed that the officiating at North-South was a lot cleaner than what we see in Marin. I don't mean to dog our refs. We sure thank them for coming out.
Yep.
But sometimes I think their whistle is a little too – oh, don't want to take that away from Jasper Feldman, who just scored.
Great pass
on
from
a beautiful
from
pass.
Andrew Sternfels.
From Andrew Sternfels. All right, some subs coming in. You got 3 Sammy Melise, welcome back. 4 Fields Palmer and 5 Declan Murphy with 1:45 to go in the half. Tam is ahead 7-1.
So the reason why Byrne was excluded, according to the ref, was that the Novato player had a free throw, and Byrne did not give him the room to make it. He tried to block it, got too close.
Yes,
That's
I remember,
my understanding.
Declan Murphy got ejected for that earlier, too. I remember Lacey was not happy about it, so that's something Tam's got to clean up a little bit.
Byrne's back in.
Right now you got Kent. There you go. A nice steal by Sammy Melise, who, by the way, we should note, and I want to say this, Sammy Melise's defense has improved right before our eyes. I would say at the start of the year to now, he has made a next level leap, and look at that, took it all the way in for a goal. So credit to Sammy for putting the work in to become a better defender.
All right, so
Yeah, Stephen, I do believe that's what we have right now. With 1:14 to go, we have TAM 9, Novato 2.
Okay. So Andrew Sternfeld's on the ball guarding. So we have Declan Murphy, Burn Kent, Sammy Melise, Fields Palmer, and Reed Hanna in for TAM, along with Ethan in goal. Good defense. Declan did a great job using those long arms to get the ball out. Let's see if he can keep it. And he managed to get it back to Ethan.
You hate to see when you make a steal to dribble it away, but he got it back to Ethan. Now Ethan up to Andrew Sternfeld. Let's see what TAM does in the final 45 seconds here.
All right, TAM's done this play about 4 or 5 times tonight. They're calling him for a push-off. Looks like Fields, although Reed's wondering if it's him.
The offensive fouls that I've been talking about, and I wouldn't know. I'm not a water polo expert, but I would suggest that TAM clean those up because they have shot themselves in the foot on a number of occasions with offensive fouls. 20 seconds to go, Stephen.
All right, let's see if we can keep him out. Sammy's, again, I agree with you. His defense has really improved this year. All right, number 3 tries to skip it, goes over the bar.
Can TAM score in the last 12 seconds here, up 9-2. Second quarter against Novato. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8.
Right.
A little sluggish getting
Sammy's
it in here.
got the ball down to Andrew. Need a driver.
Clock ticking
Don't
down.
think it's going to
2,
happen.
1.
Burns got a shot. Misses wide right. I think that was after the horn, though.
So halftime, if you're just tuning in, thanks for tuning into YouTube. Tamalpais 9, Novato 2 is what we have. And we have ourselves the final regular season home game for the Tamalpais Red-Tailed Hawks. We had senior day before. We talked about it, and if you're just tuning in, I wanted to kind of rehash some of the stuff in case our broadcast didn't come through early, what each of the kids had to say, Stephen. As you were over there getting your picture taken.
All right.
We'll start with Burn Kent, who said he wanted to thank, of course, his parents, Stephen and Kat, for everything and the love. Asked for his favorite memory of being on the team in or out of the pool. He said it was Mount Lassen last year at Reed's Ranch, scaling the mountain together with the boys. His favorite game in the pool was the win at Archie last year. The win at Archie in the regular season last year. In terms of being a student at TAM, he says the last rally where the seniors lip-synced was his most recent fun memory. And he says, as far as next year's plans, hasn't decided yet.
TBD.
Second up was Satya Schiller, who wanted to thank his mom, Jessica. He, too, said his favorite on or off the pool, in or out of the pool, was the ranch trip last year up to Reed Hanna's ranch. He, too, said beating Archie last year was his favorite game in the pool. And he said his favorite experience being a student at TAM is working on the TAM News. And he said next year he wants to – his dream school is BU, Boston University, where he would study journalism or music management.
Good for him.
Yeah, right?
Awesome.
Next up was Wyatt Donaldson, who wanted to thank his mom and dad, Colleen and Michael, for being so sweet. He said that the trip to Lassen was his favorite memory of the 4 years.
He said, one heck of a trip.
He said he really felt like he became a part of the team there and bonded with the boys.
Yeah.
He said his favorite game last year was beating Archie Williams. His favorite game in all 4 years was beating Archie Williams. Asked him about being a student at TAM. He said he just wanted to thank teachers. He said he found all of his teachers kind and helpful and fun and helped him be a great student. And his dream school is to go to Brown University. That's his dream school.
Good luck, Wyatt.
Next up was Fields Palmer. I wanted to thank his mom and dad, Allie and Bob. He said, I love them, and thanks for sticking with me, he said. Thanks for sticking with me. He said for him, the water polo experience was just about being able to come to the pool after a long day at school and crack jokes and have dinners with his teammates and be with the boys. That's what his favorite memory is.
Like Fields.
He says his favorite game was last year's Redwood MCAL semifinal for the energy and intensity. He had a really good game.
He had a really good game, too. He brought his A game there.
Asked him about being a TAM student. He goes, I just love the culture. He goes, he says, the heck with Redwood is what he says. So that was good. He says his dream school is to go to school somewhere in California, maybe San Diego State or Cal Poly. Reed Hanna was next up, and he wanted to, of course, thank his mom and dad, Joss and Diane, who've given him all the support and the rides and the love. And he says his grandpa Dandy is here, too, and on his shoulder is his grandpa Judd, who he lost this year. He said his favorite memory of just being part of the team is friendship, community, and being as a freshman making friends with seniors, and now as a senior making friends with freshmen. He says his favorite game was his sophomore year NCS championship against San Ramon Valley for the intensity.
I remember that game well.
And his dream school is achievable. He's going to go play water polo at USC.
Go, Brew.
Ethan Gavin was next up. He said Jessica and Robert, his mom and dad, he wanted to thank them. He said being part of the team was about the people, the friends, the social life. His favorite game was Marin Catholic last year. His favorite memory was the latest senior rally. His dream school is West Point. And then, of course, as I rounded out here, Andrew Sternfels wanted to thank Bob and Ashley, who've done so much for boosters and TAM for the stats, the films, the ride, the love, all the good stuff. He says the Lassen trip last year was his favorite too. The triple overtime game against Monte Vista his sophomore year for the intensity, and the rallies at Meade Theater for sure his favorite memory. And he says his dream school is Stanford. There you go. So that's what if we missed that when we weren't on, that's what I'm going to say.
Thank you for doing that, Brian.
Okay, so you can pick up the action. What do we got?
So Novato won the swim again, but we quickly got it back on D, and it looks like Andrew Sternfels is about to score. Not happening. Off the bar. Pash made a good try to get it in there. So we're still sitting on a 9-2 score. Declan's on the ball here. Reed called for a foul inside on number 19. Okay, driver from Novato tries a quick shot. Looks like they got the foul and exclusion on Declan Murphy.
That kid, number 3, swam on Declan, got him napping, and forced an exclusion. Nice job by number 3. He beat Murphy.
All right, this is an area where I really want to see Tam improve.
That's Alec
Is
Chu.
on 5-on-6 defense.
And it cost him a goal. So Murphy better tighten that up. He got a little lazy there, and he's out. He's out. Fields Palmer's in.
All right. 9-3 with 5:52 left in the game. Most of the starters are still in. I think Zach and Lacey definitely want to get them a good run out, especially after the Marin Academy game earlier this week where they probably all played, between 1 and 2 quarters at most. All right. So looks like Fields into Sternfels, a quick pass into Byrne Kent, who scores, sort of backhanded shot.
Those two have hooked up a couple times today.
They have.
I want to say this, and I'm not just saying this because he's your kid, but I'm going to say the last couple of weeks, Byrne has really, I think, gone to another level in terms of his impact on the game. And I'm really looking forward to him carrying that into next week. I thought he had a real good North-South tournament.
I would agree with you. He came out of that feeling pretty good about his defense, and he actually contributed on offense a little bit more than normal. So, going into McAllis, I really want to see the senior group leading. They've been there before, the freshmen, even though they're playing great this year, they've not been there, so they're going to need that leadership.
They are deep. Just joining us, Tamalpais 10, Novato 3. Third period, 4:48 to go in the third period on Senior Day, and shout out to all our seniors and their parents.
So I think we've seen the last of Reed Hanna in the pool today. He has been excluded for a third time, so he's rolled. That's a big loss.
Wyatt Donaldson in number 16.
It's good to see Wyatt in. Time. So Wyatt is your typical set D, plays in the hole sometimes as well.
Oh, we got a breakaway here for Jasper Feldman, and he draws an exclusion. Well done by Jasper, who's just had a really, really nice freshman year.
He has. His speed in the pool has really helped him this year.
Yeah, and he's a sharpshooter. He's some guys are shooters, some guys aren't. He's a shooter. He finishes at the net a lot.
I think his drives have helped the team as well, putting the other defenses under pressure.
10. Under
all right,
10
we're
now.
Back even here. 13's back in for Novato.
That's from Wyatt Donaldson assist over to Pash Campbell-Visnich. And there's another freshman who – we talked about Jasper being a sharpshooter. Pash is kind of like a cannon. He just tries to shoot it like a cannonball through the net. He just says, try and stop it. I'm going to force this thing past you. All right, Ethan Gavin and Satya Schiller in as seniors. This is great tribute, second half action here. We have the score, Tamalpais 11, Novato 3. We're checking with the book, and that we think is correct.
So Jasper Feldman's coming out.
Let's get some seniors.
And Pash Campbell came out as well. So
right now, it's all seniors, if I'm correct. We're going Sternfels, Palmer, Donaldson, Gavin, Kent, and Schiller. The only non-senior is your freshman goalie, Ethan Wallace.
Yep.
So
who's played all but 2 minutes this year in goal.
Ethan Gavin on
real tribute to his
on press here.
His ability. He's going to have a great 4-year career here. And as I say that, I'm not sure if you could see it on the screen, but that was sort of an odd skip off the water from number 11. I mean, that's why you skip it. Makes it hard for the goalie to stop it. But I thought Ethan had that covered, and then it just sort of
he's
up a little bit higher than normal.
He's been so good. That's just one of those ones you just flush it and move on.
Yeah, he's smiling about it.
You
Nothing
just flush
to worry.
it and move on. I mean, that was
9 out of 10 times he'll get that ball.
You tip your cap and go down and try to get one back.
All right, Byrne Kent's got the ball over on the right side here.
Ooh.
Big long cross over everyone. Sternfels picks it up. Quick ball into Palmer. See if he can turn. Nice! Nice turn. We had a great angle on that. Picture Field sort of sideways like he's going to bed. Right arm goes behind his left ear. Shoots it past the goalie. Really nice goal.
That was a senior move if I've ever seen one, huh? That was an experienced water polo player.
It wasn't rushed, but it was fast enough that the goalkeeper got
Two
caught off
old
guard.
buddies hooking up, Sternfels and Palmer. They've played a lot of water polo together through the years. I have Tamalpais 12, Novato 4. So they did get the one back after the weird skip shot for Novato.
3:19 left in the third.
Ethan Gavin on the press.
Good pressure there. He could get the ball if he just, thought he could reach in there and try for it. Satia's on the ball now. Burns playing down low, trying to prevent the inbound pass.
Look at Bird
Tips it
Kent.
away. Unfortunately, goes to 5.
Look at that.
Wyatt and Andrew combined to steal the ball.
Yeah.
Great job. Smart job by Wyatt there, too, recognizing that Andrew was swimming down pool. Instead of going back to Ethan, he went with Andrew, and they might have a break here. Satia might be open weak if he keeps going.
That was sort of a three-way steal. Started with Byrne, moved over to Wyatt, and ended at Andrew.
Satia is open if they closed him off there. So
Andrew's so
a little bit of a spacing issue, but Andrew did a good job getting it back to Byrne, who puts it back to Andrew over the top. Looks like the goalie tipped it up onto the bar.
If you're just tuning in, welcome to Senior Day here at the TAM Pool. Tamalpais against Novato in boys varsity water polo. Tamalpais 12, Novato 4. We have all seniors in the pool right now except for the freshman goalie, Ethan Wallace.
It's working. That one's working.
Little clock question here, Stephen.
Yeah, we've got one clock showing a 58. Well, now it's counting up. The other clock has 15 seconds on the shot clock, so they're going to turn around the one that's not working. So we've got 2:11 left in the third, 15 seconds left for Novato on the shot clock. All right, Satia's been turned. 5-meter call.
That's number 3.
This will be good practice for Andrew. See if he can.
Alec Chu.
Or Ethan, sorry, to stop the ball. Looks like number 3 is going to take it as well. He earned it.
Let's hand it over to 19, who we don't have on the roster. Apologies.
All right.
19 with a sweet mustache, though. Got to give him a little love on that.
Byrne and Ethan trying to put him off his game, and it might have worked. Ethan tipped it up onto the bar. No goal. Fields has the ball mid-pool. Quick pass over to Satia, just not quite high enough. 3 intercepts it. Wyatt's doing a good job slowing him down, getting in his way.
Minute 48 to go. Tamalpais 12, Novato 4.
All right, so they're playing sort of a Brescia-type defense. Satia's splitting.
Kind of an easy one for Ethan there.
Ethan stopped the ball.
He's going to stop that one for sure.
Byrne cleared it back to him. So
see if Tam can get something out of this final minute 20 here. Pinpoint pass to Andrew Sternfels.
All right, Palmer over to Kent. Looks like they're trying to get into Satia.
Yeah, that was
almost.
He definitely threw that one into traffic. It was a high risk.
Yep.
That was set up by a nice pass from Fields Palmer, who I think he just moves the ball nicely when he's in. That's just my amateur opinion.
Yeah, I think it's just ingrained in Fields. He's
and
been
he
playing
just
since
got
he was 8.
that steal right there.
There we go.
And
See
now
if he
Andrew
can push
leads him. Andrew leads him. He got to swim to it.
He got it. He looks up. He's got Satia. That got closed off. So
Andrew gave him a little carrot on the end of the stick, and it was just maybe just a little fatigue or something where he couldn't quite get to it.
All right, out to Ethan at the top. Or sorry, Wyatt over to Byrne. Andrew's open down low on the weak. A little bit high there. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Not a great angle. Goalie stops it.
20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tam playing without Reed Hanna, who has been excluded with 3 fouls. So that's what you got going here. Tam 12, Novato 4. We're under 15 seconds to go. Third period.
Looks like they're playing for the last shot here. 6 seconds.
And
good block by Byrne. And Ethan gathers it up, tries a shot, comes up
End
short.
of the third period, everybody. And we are Tamalpais 12, Novato 4. So just to lay it out, if Tam does hold on here, which you'd like to see them do, they would, I believe, if our math is correct, nail down the 4 seed. They would
Correct.
finish their league at 6-3, the 3 losses being to, in order, Archie, Redwood, and Terra Linda. Had they beaten TL, they would only be the 3 seed, and they would be playing the 6 seed, and then they would play Redwood in the semis as opposed to being the 4 seed, and you would play Archie in the semis. That's, of course, assuming you win on Tuesday. And we should remind everybody that we have every intention of broadcasting next Tuesday from the 4 versus 5 game at Archie Williams at 4 o'clock. And if they win that, we have every intention of broadcasting on Halloween Day at 4 o'clock in the semifinal. So you ready to take this act on the road, partner?
I am. I was just thinking about what you were saying. So, honestly, I think the MCAL Championships goes through Redwood and Archie. So regardless of 3 or 4, that Terra Linda loss hurt, but I think we were going to have to play one or both of those teams to win regardless.
Well, the team that played at the North-South tournament in Palo Alto and Atherton would not lose to Terra Linda.
I agree.
That was a much better game. Now, today is a little bit of an unusual day. There's a lot of seniors playing. Reed got excluded early. It's a game well in hand. Tam's up 12-4. I do believe we have a scrimmage has been set up against St. Ignatius. I heard from one of the players.
That's good to know.
Is that right, Colleen? Perhaps I got bad information.
Okay.
Why don't we scratch that until our team?
That would be a good idea, though,
our
because
team snap mom gets further notice.
SI has a big center, Gijo.
Yes,
who could give us some good practice against Ozzy or at Redwood or Vinny at Archie Williams. So
another gorgeous evening down at Tam. And by the way, don't be shy. I can see the senior girls are getting ready for their moment. They're going to have their senior night here, so that's
awesome.
Just emotional for them too. All right, so.
So going back to our MCAL discussion, one thing I was noticing on the MCAL stats is that TAM has outscored the 3 teams above them for the season on goals, but we clearly have given up close to 50 more goals than Archie and Redwood, and probably 30 or 40 more than Terra Linda. We haven't played the exact same number of games, but I think that just shows you that even though we've been talking about the offense a lot, it's really the defense.
Interesting.
We've got to shut down.
I would have guessed the exact opposite. That's very interesting. By the way, we should know a lot of kids in now who don't get a ton of time. So shout them out. And starts with number 14. Is that Rogan?
Is that Rogan?
No, that's Rogan, who's a sophomore from JV.
Okay.
And that's 6, Noah Ziegart. That's 15, Dax Tarb. That's 13, Max Lipia. 7, Bradley Stanford. And 8, Rylan Coleman. So definitely some new faces in here right now. And shout them out. Exciting for Rogan, number 14.
Yeah, this could be your starting lineup next year. Or part of it. I think Jasper would definitely be in the conversation. Looks like a foul on Bradley Stanford. Actually, he's been excluded, so they're going to be down a man.
And number 3, Chu, has been effective for Novato. He's done some stuff, and he just took a shot. But Ethan's hot now. Ethan's knocking those things away.
I think his coach probably not very happy with him, though. That's a second quick shot on a 5-on-6, and if you don't have a clear shot, you need to take your time.
That young man, though, has drawn a few exclusions today. He's done a good job. Oh, look at that.
Nice pass. Good pass into the 2 pop right there.
So that makes it
number
TAM
11 from Novato.
12, Novato 5 here.
All right, Bradley Stanford's back in.
11 will be Nolan Curtis, 5 will be Jack Ween for Novato.
All right, Dax has the ball.
Dax Tarb, just a freshman, one of the many freshmen. Ethan Wallace, Jasper Feldman, Pash Campbell-Visnich. Lacey has said that he thinks this freshman class is one of the better ones in the entire North Coast section. So, strong statement. Rylan Coleman, number 8, if you watched our broadcast that was done by the kids last Thursday when they played San Domenico, Rylan scored 8 goals in that game. We called him Rylan Goldman. Rylan Goldman.
That's great.
So that was fun. I hope everybody enjoyed that player broadcast. I thought that was really fun. And they did a great job. I thought Fields Palmer's ready for his close-up. There's Chu again making a move. He's
spun around Rylan.
He's got some nice moves.
Now they've ejected Rylan.
And he drew another kick out, Chu.
I'm not recognizing this kind of roughing.
I know.
North-South. This is very different.
It was nice to be at North-South and really for lack of a better word, just letting the kids play.
Yeah, I didn't see anything wrong with that.
There wasn't much ticky-tack stuff.
All right, number 5 lefty from Novato went wide there.
If I have my roster right, that's Jack Ween, and he will regret that miss. And here comes Coleman back in.
All right, we're back at full strength.
So
Ethan's taking his time. 4:59 left in the 4th. If Bradley looks right, he's got the ball. Yep.
Tam 12, Novato 5.
So.
And again, just to reset, some players in now that don't get a ton of time. Number 6, Noah Ziegart, a junior. Number 13, Max Lippiat, a sophomore, although Max is getting some time. 15, Dax Tarba, a freshman. 14, Rogan. I believe it's Burke. I hope I got that right. Number 6, we mentioned Ziegart. 8, Rylan Coleman. And 7, Bradley Stanford.
Good job there by Dax to screen the number 5 from getting the loose ball. Ethan's up top now. He tried again to get Bradley. He got him this time. Bradley should keep going, keep going, keep going.
As the kids say, you.
Yep.
He just couldn't find the net.
Right there, he had the ability to get inside water, and he came up, stopped short, and took the shot. I really would have liked to see him push a little bit further.
Timeout,
But
Novato.
good job for him getting up there at least and getting the opportunity.
Just to reset everything, Tam 12, Novato 5. And if Tam wins, they will nail down the 4 seed and go into that familiar dance with those 3 foes that are always there, Redwood, Archie, and Terra Linda. Of course, it looks like Marin Academy and Novato would probably be the 5 and the 6, unless there's a change somewhere, which means Tam would likely play Marin Academy, who they had a really strong showing against on Tuesday up in San Rafael, if you missed that. The starters came out blazing off the North-South tournament and put up about a 10-0 lead early before?
I think it was 10-0.
Before
yeah,
we started kind of liberally substituting after that.
Yeah, I think they ended up with close to 20 goals.
So you remember we talked about this at the very start. The idea was this team was to peak late, not early. And the coaches, Lacey and Monsees, had thought perhaps that the team had peaked earlier in previous incarnations. I'd say there's some evidence to support that they are trending in the right direction based on North-South. I thought that the North-South tournament, including the exhibition against Cathedral Catholic, 5 games against unbelievable competition, and really the only game they were blown out in was the Newport Harbor game. And even then I heard the story that, did you hear that the Newport Harbor coach said when it was 6-1 at halftime, he told Lacey later on, he goes, that's one of our lowest scoring halves of the year.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
not surprised, though. I think we kept them to 4-1. I didn't realize we kept them that low in the half, but I think it was 4-1 after 1, and we thought that was a victory. These games this week, it's really, you can't tell much from these games once you get up by 5, 6, 7 goals. But, what's today? Today is Wednesday. Next game's on Tuesday, so we've got 6 days. It'll be interesting to see what Lacey does with the team, if he keeps them, maybe swims them a lot this week, at least early on.
And perhaps that scrimmage against
idea yeah, it's a great idea.
Bradley downloaded Max Lippiat, the sophomore, number 13. Draws an ordinary. And there's the freshman, Dax Tarba.
Looks like he got grabbed there on the arm. 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
So he lost track of the clock a little bit. 3:20 to go. We have Tamalpais 12, Novato 5. He's going to kind of play this out with some of the kids who don't get a ton of time. It's good to see them get some minutes.
All right.
There's
so he's on the wrong side of Bradley. See if Bradley can.
There's Chu again, but Ethan. Well, as our friend D'Lo, who's Pash's dad, would say, Brick Wallace is what he says. He says Brick Wallace. And we have some subs coming in now.
All right. Looks like we have the seniors coming back in for at least 1 point, 1 play.
Nice tribute here. That's what you got to do. It's the right thing to do with 2:54 to play. Let these guys play it out in the TAM pool that they know and love so well.
Yep.
So let's shout them out. Number 16, Wyatt Donaldson. Number 19, Satya Siller. Number 4, Fields Palmer. Number 9, Andrew Sternfels. Number 11, Ethan Gavin. Number 20, Bern Kent. And our freshman goalie, Ethan Wallace. So Reed Hanna, the only one not in because he has been excluded with 3 fouls. Once again, Tamalpais 12, Novato 5. That's what we're looking at here. And it is a 2:54 to go in the final period of the final home game at the Tamalpais pool. Some of us old heads remember the old pool, Stephen, which had a shallow end, and you played polo on the shallow end. But ever since they built this thing, Tam's really soared as an aquatic powerhouse. It's just a gorgeous pool.
Yes, great location, too, within the school. So with this win, well, I think we'll go to 13 and 10.
You just missed Ethan Gavin's backhand,
I
just
saw it.
wide. Oh, that would have been a
saw it.
fun one. That would have been a fun one. Nice pass from Fields again.
All right. Ethan comes out, stops 5 from getting the ball, heading back the other way.
2:28 to go, 2:25. Tamalpais 12, Novato 5. Senior day, and all the seniors are in to finish it up. Oh, he's got Wyatt there with open water.
Good job. Wyatt needs some help.
Just off the tip.
Ooh, back to Byrne, a little bit off balance.
I'd like to see one of these seniors finish this thing off with a ball in the net to end this thing.
I agree. 2:06 left. Looks like Novato's in no hurry to go up the pool.
If form holds, I believe Novato would play Terra Linda in the 6-3 game. Unless I have my numbers wrong. There's a steal for Ethan Gavin.
Good
Put that in the
steal.
stats. Let's see what Ethan can find with 1:45 to play
right.
in the game.
I just heard Lacey talk about wait for Ethan, so I think they're trying to set something up for Ethan.
Well, I liked
Gavin.
the shot he took. And just a backhand just wide. Didn't know he had that in his bag. As Shaquille O'Neal would say, I owe you an apology. I was not familiar with your game.
All right, Wyatt's getting pressed on the wing there. Gets the ball into Fields. Fields finds
Clock.
Satya. Looks like a
We had a
2-meter call there on probably Ethan Gavin.
Ethan Gavin. Minute 20 to go. Tamalpais 12, Novato 5. The regular season finale, senior day. But like we said, a lot of important water polo will be taking place outside this pool starting next Tuesday. Look at that.
Good steal by
Andrew
Andrew
Sternfels.
Sternfels. How many times has he done that
Oh
in the
my
last
gosh.
3.5 years?
We'll miss that next year, that's for sure.
Burns trying to come up and support. 19 seconds on the shot clock.
Rip
Wyatt's
it in,
got
Wyatt.
The ball. Let's
Rip
go, Wyatt.
it in, Wyatt. I'm
Let's
going to
go,
cheer.
Wyatt.
Let's go, kid. Oh.
Oh, got hit from behind.
Isn't that a
Byrne
5 meter?
came up and helped. Looks like he got fouled.
45 seconds to go. Tam
Bacon.
12, shot clock.
Ethan's trying to get a shot off.
Shot clock
He's
ticking down, shot
getting
clock
mugged.
ticking
Oh, tip over.
got
Tip
the-
over the top.
Got the tip. Tam retains it.
All right.
37 seconds to go. Let's see somebody put one in here.
All right. Looks like Satya's going to start us here. Tam spread out.
If you're just tuning in, Tam 12, Novato 5 to put the finishing touches on the regular season home schedule. Playoffs next week, and we'll be broadcasting from Archie next Tuesday.
All right. Ethan's got the ball over the field, swinging it. Looks like they're trying to, yes,
Down to
get
Wyatt.
it into Wyatt. Guys all over him with a foul. 18 seconds on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock. Wyatt kicks it out to Byrne.
What unselfish play by Byrne Kent.
Great pass.
Just an unselfish play
Wyatt
by Byrne
Donaldson
to dial
with
it
a
up
nice
for Wyatt.
goal.
And
Probably
those
finish off these seniors.
Those are for my partners. Colleen Donaldson on the camera. That was her son, number 16, putting in the net. And Stephen Kent on the mic, number 20,
That
with the
was awesome.
smart, unselfish play that jacks it up to 13
Co-captain to
5.
co-captain.
That was beautiful.
That's pretty nice.
So 15 seconds to go. Tam 13, Novato 5. Congratulations to all our seniors.
Good hustle there by Ethan.
I would say go forth and prosper, young men. But first, go win MCALs. Hey,
Good
look at Ethan.
stop on the lob, Ethan.
And that's it.
All right, good solid win for Tam.
I'd say end it with two parts. One, a heartfelt goodbye to the TAM pool for the seniors, but many chapters to write
Second season begins.
in the next 2 weeks. All right, Stephen, congrats.
Thank
on all
you,
your
Brian.
home pool.
Really enjoyed it today.
Colleen, you're awesome. Happy birthday to Ashley Sternfels. And like we said, it is our intention to be broadcasting from Archie next week. It's Dax's birthday too, the young kid, the freshman. So we will talk to you guys from Archie. Stephen, you can sign off, and Tam wins 13-5.
Thanks for watching, folks. We'll talk to you next Tuesday from Archie. Take care.
So who knows what came on and what didn't?
It's nothing from the first part.
You mean even the senior day ceremony?
Yeah.